all settled
Yeah,
down.
is this a boy?
Together.
Is this a boy? Let me see.
It's
It's a boy.
you are.
Here's your boy. Bud.
Sorry.
Here, bud. Is there one over there?
Nope.
They keep crawling under Hazel's arm.
All right.
Hey guys. Hey guys. What's happening? Right. So we now have like 8 bottle feeds here, or I should say machine feeds. Got a little bit of crumble here for them to start eating a little bit of feed. You haven't been drinking. You got a drink. What's the matter with you? Right there. Come on, open up. And it's time to clean the milk machine. One of my favorite jobs, you know, but as you can see up here, it starts to get all gummy and almost some mold up there if we're not careful. Starts to build up along the back here. We're just gonna get that all clean. All right, so we got that all nice and clean. We've got the tractor warming up here. We got a small shipment, only 4 bales. The guy only had 4 bales left, so we'll be grabbing those off a trailer in about 15 minutes. Now we're just doing some bedding here. We rolled quite a bit off here because we like to put a whole bunch in a pen so that we always have bedding we can use for all these. And also we got to throw a bunch in this pen, so all just a little hyper right now. Even Bruno's getting a little carried away here. This is Bruno, right? Yeah. Yeah. All right, let's go get some bales unloaded here. It's Friday morning, and I was out here at 6 this morning because I saw on my cameras that a bunch of lambs are on the ground. And sure enough, when I got here, 4 of them had actually started lambing or had lamb. So I kind of had to sort them all out and see who belonged with who. That's always a bit of the challenge when one lambs, the one that's about to lamb, is interested because she starts to smell newborn lambs and her hormones are starting to go crazy. And then the next one did the same thing, and the next one did the same thing again. So they all got mixed up. But thankfully at that stage, they're still pretty accepting of any that are born. So I think we got things pretty well sorted out. So this was the first one. We got some huge lambs here, for me anyways, on my farm. This big black one here, and this one here. It's probably because they're twins only. And then this one here also had 2 huge twins. These were born yesterday, so they got triplets. This one's got triplets. And these ones were born this past night as well, so they were the ones that we had to sort. She had triplets. And this one here has twins. So the 4 fresh ones, this one, and these 2, they were all the ones that were mixed up this morning. But I'm just super glad that it all worked out and they've claimed their lambs as their own. That's always the big thing, especially when you don't have a huge number that I want to take them off, like quads. If they all had 4, I gotta admit, when they only have twins, it's awful easy lambing. But I always say, if all you have is twins and you don't have many triplets and quads, I think that's where the profit is. It's in those triplets and quads, because that's what really drives your numbers up. Here's a bunch more that land. These were 2 days ago. That's why they're already tagged. Same with this one here. These are really small, so we wanted to leave them with her a little longer. These were also 2 days ago. These were 2 days ago. Then these ones were yesterday. And these ones were just this morning at like 8 or 9 o'clock when I got to the barn here this morning. Just at chore time here. So triplets, looking good. She has lots of milk. So it's a lot of good things going on. so far, we've got good numbers and healthy lambs. Most of the mothers seem to have milk. So those are all things which really drive success in sheep farming. It was super cold again last night, but they got milk right away and they get off to a good start, then they're fine. I'm always amazed actually at sheep. They're a very hardy animal when you really think about it. They can handle all kinds of extremes of weather and still survive. That's more than can be said for a lot of animals. So the boys are home. They have a PA day today, so they're helping me with chores this morning. All these girls are very ready to lamb. So a rule of thumb on our farm, especially for their udders and so on, it's very important that they have udders which the lambs can readily drink from. And you may have noticed, I don't know if I showed it in any of the videos, but I'll give you an example. So one right here. A rule of thumb is that if the udders go past their hocks at the time of lambing, they usually should get shipped out, and we don't want to keep lambs from those ewes. It just lends to problems, especially going into the future. And once those udders hang so low, the lambs actually hardly are able to find the nipples and get feeding early and quickly. So those are the ewes we do tend to cull quite quickly, just to keep that type of genetic tendency out of our line of sheep. So most of them are really good. I noticed there is one in here that's really bad, and I think she was supposed to have gotten culled last time, but for some reason it just didn't happen. So I'm just in the pen here, in the pen that in which we've grouped all the ewes that have already lambed. Once they come out of these lambing pens, sorry about the noise, they're still feeding in here, but once they come out of these lambing pens, we group them in sections of, I'd say, 15 to 20 ewes. And it's very important that we don't forget about these lambs just because they're kind of off and running. What often happens, especially when we have these large numbers of lambs per ewe, is sometimes one of the lambs will really start falling behind. Either it's not finding its mother in time, or the mother kind of forgets she had that third or fourth lamb. So it's very important that we stay on top of that we go through these pens. We look at this guy here, he's just hanging on, it looks like. Not thriving like crazy. So we got to keep an eye on that, make sure that they're getting enough. For the most part, I'd say they're doing pretty good. That one there's a bit hunched. You never like to see a hunched lamb. It means usually they're not getting quite enough nutrition. That's one of the signs of that they're just not getting enough milk from the mother. So we might have to supplement a few, and then if we have to continue to supplement, we might pull them off and put them on the milk machine. So just to give you a few stats here, I think we've had so far about 22 lamb. Well, 23 actually, because one actually never kept any of her lambs. They both died. So we're at 23 ewes and I think 60 lambs. So I'm pretty happy and pleased with that number. Be really good if we got like a 2.5 average. If we could do that, then I'd say that's a huge success. So we'll just keep going here, and hopefully we have the same kind of production out of all these other ones that still got a lamb. So we're just really getting started here. Finally, we're starting to get bigger groups lambing at once, which is nice, because once you're in the barn, you might as well just keep on going, right? It's going good. So it looks like we have someone lambing on the opposite side here. So this whole group right here and this whole group on this whole side, we're all one big breeding group. And the only reason we separated these, well, first of all, they couldn't fit on this side, but when we vaccinated them, we basically went through all their udders and tried to determine how far along they were. So the ones that seemed the furthest away from lambing, we ended up putting on this side. But it's not fully accurate to do it that way, which is partly why we're starting to see some lambing on this side, even before all of these have lambs. So we noticed this one right here. She's not in the nicest spot to have her lambs. As you can see right there, there's a hole in the tarp and there's snow blowing in there. So we're gonna relocate her over there. Curtis is busy right now just getting some lambing pens set up. As soon as that's done, we'll move her in there. This one's going for a little sheepy back ride. Whoa. So all the ones that have been tagged will probably be moving out and putting into a big group. And then there'll be a few moments of chaos as they all try to figure out who's who and where their mother is, but it's just the period of time in life that they got to go through. That's just part of growing up. There we go. We've got her settled in here. She is a nervous one. This group of ewes is nervous. They're just not accustomed to us being in here. Whereas on the other side, they're used to us walking around in there now. That's interesting. Don't worry, we're just looking. Just looking. Somehow that's comfortable, I guess. Oops. Okay. Guess he didn't know that was a part of the bargain. Anyways, guys, that's the latest of what's going on here. Things are ramping up a bit, ticking along pretty nice. Hopefully we have a bunch more lambs today. I love it when they lamb during the day. We don't have to fool around with them at night. And we'll keep going. We'll keep you updated. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.